Hello everybody, this is Abraham with North Shore Computer Services, and today we're going to attempt a data recovery on a hard drive that is clicking. There are different types of clicks on a hard drive. This hard drive is clicking, we're going to go into that. This hard drive is clicking and hissing, and let me show you. See the little scoring on platter? That's bad. That was left by the head that broke off and actually damaged the drive. There are two scores, and the head was actually jumping between the two sides, and that was what was creating clicking. This hard drive was an external hard drive that was designed to be standing up, and all that happened is this hard drive fell down as it was running. When it fell down, the head touched the platter and basically got ripped off, literally ripped off from its holders, and that's what left the scoring on platter. This drive is toast. There may be some recovery on it that could be done. This is very, very, very expensive. We're talking about $5,000-$10,000 easy for this one. Alright, so we have our data on this hard drive. Data is not horribly precious. This hard drive was left to die. We're gonna attempt. We have a good hard drive. We have our system set up. We have the USB 2. I did recommend USB 3 for data recovery, but this computer does not have USB 3, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna use USB 2 SATA to USB converter. I've modified this thing. The switch to turn it on is actually in the back. All I did was I put the switch in the front. Makes life a little easier. We have our bag, and we're going to put our hard drive in there, and the attempt we're going to do is by freezing. My previous freezing attempts were quite useless because I was using a refrigerator. This refrigerator is not cold enough for freezing a hard drive. What we're gonna use is our, let's go in and see, our trusty Wisconsin winter. It's 3 degrees outside. This is Fahrenheit, people. Let's see if we can change it to Celsius. Okay, Celsius. It's minus 16 Celsius. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the hard drive in a bag. We're gonna put the bag in the snow, freezing snow, and we're gonna see what happens afterwards. So before we do that, let me place my camera here. I got my gloves on and everything. So the bag you want to use is as big as possible. We don't want to have any chances of moisture getting in. I'm gonna stick this thing in the snow. Not very religious, I admit, but I want to get this thing as cold as possible, as fast as possible. Okay, we got that. We are going to run test on our recovery system by plugging in a good hard drive and simply checking that the whole thing works. So all I'm looking for is that this drive mounts. Yep, it's mounting. And we can access. This is a good hard drive, so there is no questions about it. Let's carefully turn everything off. Turn off our USB. You have to wait for hard drive to stop spinning. So it takes about 10 seconds. One thing that I did forget to do before I put it in the bag is actually prove that this hard drive is clicking. So I'm going to put our hard drive in. Now there is a little bit of hissing noise, and that's not good. Hissing noise might mean that the heads have been damaged. If heads have been damaged, there is not much that can be done with this hard drive. As you can see, it hasn't mounted. You haven't heard the doop doop of the USB. So this hard drive is junk. we are going to try and freeze it. Okay. While I put it in a bag and put my gloves on and all that stuff. Customer told me that they did not do anything unusual with this drive. It was an internal drive on a computer, so the computer didn't fall, it didn't get transferred, it didn't get transported, it didn't get kicked, no abuse. It suddenly just decided not to work. So my thinking, what happened in this case is that as the computer was running, head did something and damaged itself. So any kind of clicking noise is usually the head damage. So we are going to put our phone in the pocket. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, so we're gonna take the drive and we are going outside. Okay. I hope my camera still works in this cold. It is cold. And thankfully YouTube has a timer running, so we're just gonna stick it in the snow. And just gonna watch it. Now, hard drive is metal, and hopefully the cooling process is fairly fast. I would recommend maybe a good hour. I don't want to do an hour of cooling here, so we're just gonna do this in real time. As you can see, I don't like to do edit videos, not because I can't, but because I feel like doing things in real time is a little closer to the reality. This is as real as you can get. Let's see. What I should have done was get the timer going. Let's see. Folks, it's cold outside. It is cold outside. So there we have it, timer going. I can't see anything. So we're gonna see how long. We're gonna wait about 5 minutes. You can fast forward on your end. I'll just put a little more snow on this. Hopefully that helps. Don't know if it does or not. But if there is a chance of a recovery, this would be the best chance you can have. If this works and you live in a hot climate, I would suggest getting some of that dry ice thing, and the dry ice will do the trick. Now, what's the logic behind this? Why is freezing sometimes helps? Well, freezing distorts platters. Okay, the information written on those platters is not perfect, and sometimes the initialization string of the hard drive, there is a little bit of a chance that the head would actually read the initialization string on a hard drive or initialization sector that has been damaged with clicking hard drive. Because of the extreme cold, the platter itself has shrunk. So what it's doing right now is the metal is actually shrinking a little bit. That shrinkage allows for heads to be reading information in slightly different locations. That's the reason why sometimes the frozen hard drives work. It would be nice if I had some kind of temperature sensor in there to actually monitor the drop in temperature. Let's see what we have here. We got 2 minutes right now. That's from when I started the timer. Its total video is 10 minutes, so I'd say it's been there for about 5 minutes. We'll just keep waiting. So for once, maybe the cold winter of Wisconsin might come useful, might be useful to do some data recovery and perhaps make some money off of it. The negative of this is the sun. Sun might actually be warming my drive, but hopefully I put on enough snow that it wouldn't be doing that. I don't know. That would be a question for meteorologists if the dark surface of the hard drive is actually getting warmer under the snow. So we'll see. We'll wait for another 5 minutes, and I think the surface of the drive will be cold enough, provided that it's made of metal. And then we are going to rush back. Oh shoot. Crap, I forgot my keys. Okay. Well, that's good. So we have time. We're just gonna walk around. And that's gonna give us time to do a little more freezing on the drive. I know. It's nice and warm over here. Okay, my keys. My glove on. Okay, so we're at 12 minutes. Which means that the drive has been cooling for maybe 6 minutes now. I'm very impatient. However, with the recovery, you want to be as patient as possible. And the only reason I'm impatient is I want to see. Okay. I don't know. Feels cold. Feels really cold. Okay, let's rush back in. Of course, phone's gotta be ringing. I'm not here. Alright, quickly. The drive time is ticking. There's another problem with this thing. Condensation of... Alright. Well, waste of time. Didn't do jack. So, sorry, Wisconsin winter. Failed attempt. Maybe I need to freeze it for more.